Hi everyone, it's me, Courtney, again. So today I am going to talk about endometriosis as well as my surgical history. So before I get started, um, it was really hard to do this video today because unfortunately I ended up in the ER on Monday due to not being able to keep down any foods or drinks or medication. And it got to the point where only bile was coming up, which was really scary. So I'm still going through medications for that as well as antibiotics. Um, so once again, I have the swelling again because my immune system is out of control because something's going crazy with my body. I don't really know what is going on, honestly. So I should be seeing a gastro specialist sometime next week. Hopefully I'll get answers from that. So before I start with the endometriosis information, I wanted to show you all my shirt, which says Endo Warrior, as well as the yellow ribbon, which is for endometriosis awareness, which is in March. So I will start by giving the definition that the Endometriosis Foundation of Houston provides. So it is defined as a complex disease in which cells similar to but not the same as the lining of the uterus are found elsewhere in the body, causing pain, inflammation, and organ dysfunction. So endometriosis affects about 1 in 10 women. And despite this being a very common disease, there's only about 200 specialists in the world that are adequately trained to remove the endometriosis. So some symptoms, according to the internet, I will go based off the internet symptoms and then I'll describe my experience with it. So symptoms include infertility, painful intercourse, painful periods, chest pain, painful ovulation, fatigue, leg pain, irregular cycles, food intolerance, ovulation pain, digestive issues, painful cramps, lower back pain, and it also can spread to numerous organs. It doesn't just stay in the reproductive organs as most people think. So for me, it causes a lot of heavy cycles, painful cycles, chronic pelvic pain, and the pain also radiates down my legs, which gets really, really painful. I also have a lot of lower back pain from that as well. A lot of digestive issues. So I actually found out that my lactose intolerance is connected to the issues that the endometriosis causes for me, which I didn't get those answers until um, last year. And that was after dealing with endometriosis for 9 years. So oftentimes it takes a lot of women a really long time to get diagnosed. It can take 7 to 12 years to get diagnosed. So for me, my symptoms first showed up when I was about 13 and I didn't get diagnosed until I was 22. So that was 9 years for me. I didn't get officially diagnosed until I found a really good OBGYN that actually listened to me. I've been to so many explaining how bad my symptoms were, and so many of them basically just blew me off or just wanted to put me on a birth control pill, which didn't do anything for me. So I remember going to my OBGYN, which is Dr. Jenny Gillespie, and I remember being in tears and telling her, I'm just tired of dealing with this pain and not having any answers. So she says, okay, well, we'll go ahead and do the diagnostic surgery to see if you have endometriosis. So that marked my first surgery, which was March of 2019. So she went in and removed as much as she could. I was found to have stage 4 endometriosis. And basically the endometriosis was all over the reproductive organs, throughout the bowels. Some of it got to my appendix and died. And at that point, that was basically it. So she removed all of it except for the endometriosis on the bowels. So I only had about maybe 4 months pain-free. She also started me on Orlissa to try to slow the endometriosis down. But that didn't work. So the pain came back, and I ended up seeing a specialist named Dr. Stephen Hilgers, and he's at Methodist. He's a really, really great doctor. And he decided he needed to do another diagnostic surgery. So we went into surgery again in May of 2020, and that's when I found that the endometriosis had spread all over again and was even worse than the time before. So in June of 2020, that is when the colon doctor came in as well, and they removed all of the endometriosis. So at this point, the endometriosis was all over the reproductive organs, all throughout the bowels. It had grown all over my appendix and caused nodules to form. And it also had gotten onto my kidneys, but at that point, it got there and it died, thankfully. So that was once again when I was found out to have stage 4 endometriosis. So fast forward to now, I ended up having to get surgery for endometriosis again in March of this year, so 2021. And there was barely any found, and I mainly had a lot of scar tissue, which is also what endometriosis can do. So I was found to basically have, basically my nerves are really messed up now in my pelvis. They're really inflamed due to the endometriosis being so bad for so long. So now I have to go through physical therapy, and I'm going to have to start getting injections to try to calm down that inflammation. So on a daily basis, I have to actually, well, most days I'll say, out of the week, I have to take Tylenol 3 to help with the endometriosis pain. So for me, I have to take 2 Tylenol 3 tablets every 6 hours in hopes of trying to curb that pain, but basically it just knocks me out. Another thing about endometriosis is it can even spread to the heart, lungs. Even in some rare cases, it's spread to the brain, which is insane to me. There's a lot of things to find out about endometriosis, and unfortunately, there hasn't been enough research into it. They actually don't even have a confirmed reason as to why it happens. Once again, I'm actually the only one in my family that has endometriosis. So I've made sure basically that my family gets informed, and they've informed themselves as well. Even my dad, he goes and tells people about endometriosis. So that is basically my experience with endometriosis. And oh, I forgot, I'm sorry. The other surgery that I had to get was for my gallbladder. My gallbladder had to get removed in July of 2020. No, 2019. I'm sorry. I've had so many surgeries that I forget the dates. And next month, I will actually have to have another surgery because I have some benign tumors that basically grew on top of my surgical scars that cause a lot of pain. So I have to get those removed. But thank you all to those who watched my video, the last video, who subscribed, who liked, who shared. I appreciate it very, very much. So thank you all for watching. Bye.